This day in Disney history, February 1st, 1999. A month-long salute to African Americans in history begins in Disney World. History, culture, music, and dance take center stage at the 4 theme parks and the downtown Disney Entertainment Complex. This day in Disney history, February 2nd, 2006. Disney announces that the Disneyland and Disney World Pirates of the Caribbean attractions will be undergoing a 3 to 4 month makeover to work in character and plot elements from the movie series that took its inspiration from the original attraction. This day in Disney history, February 3rd, 2007. The Walt Disney Company announces a $50,000 donation to the American Red Cross to aid in relief efforts following the severe storms and tornadoes that struck Central Florida the night before. This day in Disney history, February 4th, 2004. The Disney World one-time special ticketed event, This Is Love, A Royal Night to Remember, takes place at the Magic Kingdom. It invited guests to step into a storybook evening as honored royal guests alongside Disney's beloved princesses and princes. This day in Disney history, February 5th, 1934. The U.S. Patent Office grants a patent to create the first Mickey Mouse watch. Initially selling for $2.50, the watch can now fetch up to $1,500 by collectors in today's market. This day in Disney history, February 6th, 1985. Disneyland begins year-round, 7 days a week operation. Prior to this day, the park was traditionally closed on Monday and Tuesday during the off-season. This day in Disney history, February 7th, 2001. Die-hard Disney fans begin to line up at 5 p.m. Wednesday, 15 hours before the 8 a.m. Thursday opening of Disney's California Adventure. I guess you can say they were adventurous. This day in Disney history, February 8th, 1952. The Disney short Lambert the Sheepish Lion is released. Lambert, a lion, accidentally dropped off to sheep by a stork, lives his life thinking he is a sheep, until he is forced to defend the flock from an attack by a wolf. This day in Disney history, February 9th, 2021. Disney announces that it will be closing Blue Sky Studios in April after 34 years of existence. Due to COVID, it is no longer sustainable for Disney to run a third feature animation studio. This day in Disney history, February 10th, 1934. Disney's Silly Symphony, The Grasshopper and the Ants is released. A lazy grasshopper plays rather than prepare for the winter like the ants. He is starving and freezing, but the ants come lend a mandible. This day in Disney history, February 11th, 2013. Today begins True Love Week, a tapestry of romance woven throughout the Walt Disney World Resort. From limited-time Valentine's Day merchandise and special entertainment to romantic dinners for two and new themed photo locations offering greetings with beloved Disney sweethearts. The event will run through February 17th. This day in Disney history, February 12th, 1958. At Todd Shipyards in Long Beach, California, the steel hull of Disneyland's newest ship, Columbia, is completed. It is the only 3-masted windjammer constructed in the U.S. for over 100 years. The vessel will be transported to Disneyland and installed in the rivers of America, where the rest of the construction will be completed. This day in Disney history, February 13th, 1969. A first recording session takes place at Walt Disney Productions for the much-anticipated Haunted Mansion attraction in Disneyland in August. An improvisation of the Grim Grinning Ghost theme is recorded. This day in Disney history, February 14th, 1999. The first Disney Cruise Line wedding occurs on Castaway Cay. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone! This day in Disney history, February 15th, 1999. The Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World celebrates its 10,000th day of operation after opening its gates to guests on October 1st, 1971. This day in Disney history, February 16th, 1994. Disney commits $500,000 to create Goals, a program designed to offer organized athletics, supplementary education, and community service to local underprivileged youths. Goals stood for G, giving, O. Opportunities. A. Achieving. L. Leadership. And S. Service. This day in Disney history. February 17, 1998. Construction begins on Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney MGM. This roller coaster is based off of Aerosmith's music and looks like a limousine. This day in Disney history. February 18, 2013. Walt Disney World kicks off a week-long President's Day celebration featuring special presidential performances by the a cappella group Voices of Liberty at the America Gardens Theater in EPCOT. This day in Disney history, February 19, 2009. Disney announces it has bought the Colorado-based Kerpoof Studios, a creator of online tools which allows kids to use computers to make artwork, create short films, and write stories. This day in Disney history, February 20th, 2002. It is reported that a brand new tombstone has been placed in the graveyard at the entrance to Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion. The tombstone, the last one you will see when entering the attraction, is dedicated to Leota. This day in Disney history, February 21st, 1997. Club Disney, an interactive children's developmental play center and Disney's first regional entertainment concept, opens its first unit in Thousand Oaks, California. This day in Disney history, February 22, 2001. At Disney World, a bird's nest catches fire on top of the Tomorrowland Transit Authority attraction, forcing the ride to close for a short time to extinguish the fire and clear the nest. Even birds want to live in the magic. This day in Disney history, February 23, 2001. Mardi Gras at Downtown Disney Pleasure Island begins today in Florida. It will run through the 27th. Party hardy at Mardi Gras. This day in Disney history, February 24, 1939. Disney's Silly Symphony cartoon, The Practical Pig, featuring the three little pigs, is released. This story is about Practical Pig rescuing his brothers once again from the big bad wolf. This day in Disney history, February 25, 2001. Disney launches their new Magic Happens advertisement campaign during ABC TV's Wonderful World of Disney. The corporate image campaign features something rarely seen in the advertising business, a richly detailed 90-second commercial. This day in Disney history, February 26, 1941. Walt Disney sends an inter-office communication stating that, under present conditions, the laying out of cash for equipment is out of line. Our situation is plenty tough, and after returning from a session with the bankers, we have to stretch things out as far as we can, and we still have to cut further. Disney is being forced to focus on cutbacks. This day in Disney history, February 27, 2006. Hong Kong Disneyland announces plans to add 3 new attractions. The Tomorrowland expansion will include Autopia, Stitch Encounter, and the UFO Zone. This day in Disney history, February 28, 2012. The Disney Fantasy sails into New York Harbor on this morning, marking the arrival to the U.S. of the newest cruise ship in the world. The Disney Fantasy is the first DCL vessel to ever sail into New York Harbor. The 4,000-passenger ship is in New York for its christening ceremony Thursday, March 1st, before making its way down to its home of Port Canaveral, where it's expected to arrive on March 6th.